Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today we're discussing a 2018 model release of 150 pieces. 150 for 150 years. This is part of the Jubilee collection. It's the IWC Big Pilot Big Date 150-year edition. So all in stainless steel, this watch measures 46.2 millimeters in diameter. It is 15.3 millimeters thick and 57 millimeters from lug to lug. It has a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now we're going to throw this on my wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. Get a look at how it fits. It is very large, and in fact, I would recommend a wrist of at least 17 centimeters circumference to wear this watch well. Although this manual wind model is not excessively thick for its size, it is so broad across my wrist that it is overlapping. The lugs are actually broader than my wrist, and there's a little bit of a symmetry issue vis-a-vis the size of my forearm, so you're going to need a bigger wrist than mine to wear this well. There is a full deployant clasp, which you can see features a combination of media blasting and polishing internally with satination and polishing externally. The strap is large rectangular scale alligator leather in black semi-gloss finish, monotone stitch, some bolstering to add a little bit of volume, and then a sheer cut side, and you can see that there's calfskin on the bottom, and it is a brand new IWC factory strap. Blended lug profile, you can see the lug hoods are polished, the case flank is satinated. The crown has a wonderful sharp knurling and a sort of a diamond-like pattern to it, sometimes known as a onion pattern, but it's 10.8 millimeters in diameter by itself. That's how big the Big Pilot is. The bezel is stepped inward somewhat, which makes it a little bit more handsome, as it doesn't appear quite as chunky and sheer, and you can see that the lug hoods, which are polished, run the length of the case. The bezel is polished all the way around. It has a vertical section and a conical section, and then a sapphire crystal sits over an instrument-style dial inspired by the original Luftwaffe BR watches that inspired the modern Big Pilots. So the watch looks like the instrument you might see on the deck of a analog aircraft from the 20th century. Now the watch includes a lacquer dial. There were lacquer dials for 2018. They were supposed to evoke the look of the glossy, gleaming enamel dials used on the original 1868 IWC pocket watches. What we have here is the blue dial, so it's up to 12 layers of lacquer, applied, polished by hand, and then cured in an oven to stabilize them. So what you get over time is a wonderful glass-like surfacing that appears almost as though it's wet paint. Differences here compared to a standard Big Pilot, several. A Big Pilot has a small date, which doesn't follow. So here we have a Big Pilot with a big date. It's also reminiscent somewhat of the IWC Paul Weber pocket watches that were created in the late 19th century and also were celebrated in 2018 in the anniversary collection. We also have a small seconds subdial, which is a little bit uncommon for the Big Pilot watches. Taking a quick look, you can see the watch is well loomed and easy to read. And then we flip it over. The watch does have a screw-down crown, 60 meters water-resistant, surface swimmable. And on the reverse side, you can see a little window that displays a power reserve indicator. Now, this is a manual wind movement. IWC manufactured caliber 59235, hand-wound, 8 days of power reserve. It has a 4 hertz beat rate. It pivots on 30 joules. It has the power reserve indicator. It has a number of important refinements, such as a free-sprung balance for better toughness, 5-position adjustment to make it run well in any position. That's what 5-position adjustment is for. And to compound that advantage, it has an overcoil hairspring with a highly centered mass. So regardless of the position, the watch keeps time very well. Now there's also a quick set for the double-digit date, and there is a hacking or stop seconds function. So this watch has all of that. It is quite a refined movement, and its manual wind qualities mean that this watch is thinner than you might expect. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.